Unit 10, Human Nutrition and Human Digestive System by Tiffany Parks. What is digestion? Digestion is a process of breaking food into various nutrients, and then nutrients are used around the body. So in order for the digestion process to work, the growth, energy, repair cell structures, and part of digestion, there are two different types of digestion, which these are mechanical and chemical digestion. I will explain these in my slide later on. Before the process can start, you have to chew the food, which is also known as matrition. And to make the food chew into a ball of bowels, we need to use our saliva glands. As it flows through the ducts into the mouth, as the digestion process starts when swallowing our food, which is also called dilution, is a mechanism that moves food from the mouth through the pharynx into the esophagus, and then we have to matrice the chewing, which breaks down the food into smaller pieces by combining it with saliva. As food and saliva mix into a ball of food called bowels is formed. Inside the hollow muscular organ of the stomach, the bowels are churned and become similar liquid mass known as chyme. The chyme is mixed with highly acid enzyme-rich gastric juices and further digestions, so the particles become more soluble that come into smaller intestines. The gastric juices contain hydrochloric acid to acid digestion and destroy bacteria, water, mineral salts, enzymes, and interfactors to allow absorption of vitamin B. Bile in the particular is used to neutralize the acid to the acid digestion, destroy bacteria, water, mineral salts, enzymes, and interfactor to allow absorb vitamin B. The chyme is then passed through the smaller intestine. Gradually parts become ready for further digestion. The lower digestion tract houses the small intestine, the large intestine, or the colon. Inside the first section of the small intestine, the chyme stimulates the pancreas to release the fluid mixture of pancreas juice and bile. Bile is used to break down fat globules, providing the larger surface area for enzymes, pasturing lipids, digestion fatty acids, and glycine. This is called infusion. So the functional lactose and maltose is secretly through the lining of the small intestine, and the chyme continually glides through the small intestine, ready to go into the large intestine, whereas all the water and all the nutrients are removed, whereas all that's left is feces. The feces are particularly functioned, and obviously once all nutrition and water have been absorbed from the chyme, the non-digestible waste material is compacted and pushed through to the end of the large intestine to the colon or the rectum, where it is stored to fecal matter for extraction from the body via the anal canal. Enzymes in digestion. There are two main enzymes in the digestion process are needed to complete the process, and these are perspirine and lactose, two enzymes. The perspirine is an enzyme secreted in the active for perspirine, which is active in the process of hydrochloric acid, and it facilitates the chemical digestion of proteins into diapers. Lactose is a calcium enzyme where sugars found in milk and milk products. Sometimes those that lactose intolerant happens when your small intestines does not make enough of the digestion enzyme called lactose. Lactose breaks down the lactose in the food so your body can absorb it. Chemical and mechanical digestion. Chemical digestion is a process of digestion where the large molecules are broken down into small molecules using enzymes. They break down proteins, carbohydrates, and they are built into blocks of macroglycosis, amino acids, and fatty acids. It requires the enzymes to speed up the chemical reaction where the saliva and the mouth become mixed together. Chemical digestion is completely invisible, and in the process of chemical digestion, starches we eat are turned into simple sugars, perspirine, turn larger proteins into peptides, which are turned into amino acids for absorption. Mechanical digestion includes includes the bigger breakdown of bigger pieces of food into smaller pieces of food by chewing. The major player in mechanical digestion is nutrition, which acts as the chewing using the teeth to break down into pieces small enough to be swallowed into the esophagus. This type of digestion generally starts and occurs in the mouth. There are also muscles in the stomach of the wall contributing to mechanical digestion. It can be seen in that you can see the larger pieces of food turning into even smaller pieces by the action of the teeth. In 2016, the Department of Health released the latest copy of Eat Well Plate, as you can see. To show a healthy balanced diet and lifestyle to an average adult, it suggested that the ideal balanced diet to provide good health and prevent disease will contain both macronutrients, carbohydrates, protein, fat, vitamins, and minerals. The base of the food pyramid shows that the food that should dominate our meals, which are all sources of carbohydrates. Carbohydrates are the essential macronutrients which we must ingest. The macronutrients found in the starch foods such as these increase energy and strength for physical exercise, produce heat within the body, build muscle, and help improve concentration and stamina. Fruit and vegetables are one of the main food groups of one of our 5 a day. These contain vitamins like vitamin C and vitamin A. Beans and pulses are meat and other proteins which we need in our diet. Potatoes, bread, rice, pastas, and other starches contain energy, but having too much can cause fat. Dairy and dairy alternatives, for example, soya and nut milks, are good sources of protein, vitamins, and calcium, essentially strong for teeth and bones. It is recommended by the government that we drink 6 to 8 litres a day of water to keep our body hydrated, to keep the body flowing. That is the end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.